This week in auto history. What are we doing today? What's happened this week?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, this week in 1909, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was incorporated by Carl Fisher as president. The Speedway was Fisher's brainchild, and he would see
in Fisher Body?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And he would see his project from inauspicious beginnings to the ultimate glorious end. The first race at the Indy Speedway took place in August, just a few months after the formation of the corporation. And they had scrambled to get the track together for the race, and their lack of preparation showed. There were lives lost on the account of the condition of the track, and that could have led to the demise of the track altogether. Instead of just closing the track and going away, Fisher dug up some extra money and upped the stakes, and he added the bricks to the track. So the whole 2.5 miles was brick, which is where the phrase brickyard comes from. And there's still bricks left at the track, the original bricks left at the track. And there's actually stored bricks underneath the grandstands and stuff. So that's where the brickyard came from. In 1942, the federal government ordered a passenger car production to be stopped, and all of that converted to wartime production. I'm going to do a piece later about who was building what. The picture here is Ford was building B-24 Liberators.
Willow Run.
Yeah, at Willow Run. And they were pumping out like 20, 25 planes a day.
Yeah, they wanted one an hour.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
And, that was definitely one of the planes that won the war for us. In 1954, Mercedes introduced the SL Coupe to the public. The stylish sport car was characterized by its gull-wing doors. The Coupe was a instant race car with its 6-cylinder engine and a top speed of 155 miles an hour. The problem with it was that was involved in one of the accidents at Le Mans that killed 84 spectators as the car went up into the stands, and was part of why I know General Motors, Ford had pulled out of racing altogether. Mercedes had pulled out of racing as well. So, and that's probably one of the highest valued vehicles out there right now on the resale market. They only built 1,400 SL Coupes in its production run. In 1958, Ford built the first Ford Thunderbird with 4 seats called the Square Bird, and converted top-line Ford from a sports coupe to a luxury cruiser. The new 4-seat package had a 252 cubic inch, 300 horsepower V8, and 38,000 cars were built its first year.
There was one at Chroma Coffee last week.
Cool car. My grandpa had one. His was black. It wasn't a convertible, though. And then in 1966, Don's favorite person, Ralph Nader, testified before the Senate, reinforcing his earlier claims that the auto industry was socially irresponsible on safety measures. And Nader's 1965 book, Unsafe at Any Speed, the design and dangers of the American automobile, had become a sensation a year earlier. Nader attacked the auto industry's unwillingness to consider the safety of the consumer, as Nader himself put it. And that was kind of the origination of where a lot of the recalls started to get traction. And now, Don, you read the recall list all the time. And, some of the recalls are, again, compliance recalls, which means they didn't do something right. And then there's safety recalls that stuff is breaking. So, two separate categories for recalls on vehicles. So that's this week in auto history.
All right. Thank you, sir. Here's